Hello, this is David Elsie at Elsie Squirrel Farm. It's been a while since we've skinned a squirrel for a YouTube video, and this one come in and it's a good specimen. So we're gonna skin it, flesh it, and put it in the freezer. Next time it comes out, Jason's gonna make a YouTube video of mounting a squirrel. When you take a squirrel in, we need to measure from the tip of the nose down here, and take your thumb and put it right on its butt, and you can see that this is a 9-inch squirrel. So we know it's a 9-inch squirrel. This is a little young squirrel. Check it and see what's wrong with the squirrel. The only thing I've noticed is on this back leg right here, it split where a pellet had hit it. So whenever we're skinning this back leg, we'll have to be careful. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick it up, and I always start right here at the rectum and just make a small cut, about 2 or 3 inches. Here, we're gonna turn it over, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. This being a little small squirrel, this is gonna be easy to skin. And then we're gonna have to loosen it from the rectum right here. And you don't want to cut with a knife any more than you have to. Now, I will admit, on these little small squirrels, this is going to be a lot easier than on a large squirrel, but it's the same process. We're going to take a little bit of preservative and put it here, and then with our fingers, we're just going to work our fingers, thumb in here, until you can push this leg out like this. Continue just pushing around to the top of the tail. We're going to come over here and do the same thing on this side. All right, a lot of times, right before we pull the tail, we're going to have to come right here on top of the rectum, right at the tail, and break these fibers loose so it's easier to slip out. A little bit more preservative just to keep it from being slick. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take these 2 fingers, wrap one around like this thumb down to hold the hide, and then just pull this tail out. Just strip it out. Then be careful, work down the back and on each side. Take your hand and grab it right here, grab the whole body and just pull it all the way up to where the legs start coming out. Cut these legs off. Now, with your hands and your fingers, you want to keep a little pressure on it. Just work your knife a little bit. Don't try to cut too far anywhere, just a little bit all the way around until you can get it. Keep tension on it and be careful. You want to cut far enough back that you cut the ear close to the skull. Once you get the ears loose, just keep skinning, keep a little pressure on it. Hey, Kenny, what's going on, man? We got a visitor come in here today. This is in the middle of the work day. Now right here at the eye, just go on the back side of the eye. Try to keep close to the skull and just keep cut it down like this. Same thing, keep a little bit of tension on it until you can see the eye, then stay close to the skull. Keep on skinning. This is a cheek. Cut through here. Same thing on this side, cut down through the cheek. Work up until you can get the bottom done. And then I'm taking my finger and I'll put my finger up under the hide so I can keep some tension on it. And then just keep on cutting until you get all the way down to the nose. Now at the nose, this is going to be bone all the way down till you get to the tendon. To the cartilage of the nose. Stay up high enough and just cut straight back into the teeth. You can feel it whenever your knife hits the teeth, and then just twist it and it'll come off. Now while my finger's still in here, I'm gonna come up here and cut the cartilage out of the nose. Put a little bit of preservative on it to where it won't be slick.
Preservative being borax?
Borax. And then split the lips. Just be careful. I'll start on one side. This is the bottom of the jaw. Just be careful whenever you're splitting it. Keep tension on it if you can. And just work all the way around. I can hear Miranda back here in the back. Her favorite pastime. We're gonna come all the way up, and we're back to the nose. Good. Now we're going to come up to the front feet. When you pull the front feet, about here, there's 3 little hairs. What you want to do is keep your hands down on the table and pull it. And you can see right here. That's the little hairs I'm talking about. If you keep pulling, the hairs will come out. We want those to stay with the hide, so make a little small cut. Just a little relief cut right here. And then keep pulling. And now right here, it's going to start turning a darker color. Right now, you can see what I'm talking about. It's darker color. If you keep pulling, it will split. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold it down, take a knife and cut down like this. That way you cut the little bone on his thumb. Then you can pull it down, and you can see the bones right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut the bones right where your ring finger would, your ring would be on your finger. Then we'll do the other one. It's the same process. Pull it down. Whoop. This happens. This is, I don't know if it was a scar or what, but whatever it is, we got to fix it. So we're going to cut a relief cut there, pull it down. There's a be careful, I don't want to tear that hole no more. Cut the toe on that side, cut the toe on this side. And we'll cut the toes off on this. All right, now we're going to do the back legs. Now on your larger fox squirrels, you're probably going to have to cut a relief cut on the bottom of the foot, but I always do that from the inside of the squirrel. Now this little young fox squirrel here, it might invert all the way. And I know that we have a damaged foot on one side. It might give us a little bit of trouble, but we'll see. Put a little pressure on it, pull it out. This is, oh, that's a shot. Nope, that's a little spit. That's the side that might give us trouble. That's where it was split. And that's what caused the little bullet pellet. But if you do taxidermy, everything you're gonna get's gonna be run over, shot, stabbed, or something. You just have to learn how to deal with it. I'm gonna cut the toe off. All right. This being a little fox squirrel, it seemed like it was real easy to invert. Tug on a little bit, cut on a little bit, tug on it. Okay, it's getting too tight. It's not going to invert. So what I'm going to do is right here on the bottom, I'm just going to make a small relief cut. That's going to be on the bottom of the foot. And then go ahead and turn with no trouble. I might have been able to get it to invert, but really and truly, there's no need taking a chance of splitting the foot or tearing the foot off. I've done that too. Okay, the squirrel has been completely skinned out now. So the next thing we need to do is flesh it. In the kits, I suggest that people flesh it using scissors. Just be real careful. You can flesh the whole hide. But here at the shop, we use this board. It's 2 1/4 inches wide, and it's 24 inches long. And we slip the hide over. Like this. And we use a butter knife, and then we just pull it down. And you've got to be real careful using this method. This method will tear a hide up in a heartbeat. Don't try to go too far down. Pick it up, turn it, it'll come right back down. Pick it up, turn it. Now we're under the leg. I don't want to go all the way down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over, come back to the other side. Start up around the ear. Every time I move the squirrel, I try to pick it up off the board so I won't mess up the skin. Use my thumb and the knife to pull it at the end. I know for this little stuff, I'll come back in a little while with the scissors. I have a way of doing it. I stick my finger in the mouth and I'll come over here on the ear and I'm gonna go around the ear. Then I'm gonna come up from the ear, turn my scissors sideways and come up to the back of the eye. Then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna go across the top of the eye. Cutting right up to the to the eye. Then I'm gonna come over to the other side. And do the same thing. So I did the bottom here, bottom over here, and now I'm going to turn it around on my hand. I'm going to do this eye. Slide the finger over and do the other eye. Then come back right between the eyes and come down, just catching any little bit of fat stuff all the way down to below the ears. Come back up, I'm gonna start right here on this side. You don't want to cut the whiskers, roots off. If you do that, the hair will fall out. The whiskers will fall out, so just cut right over top of them. This skin right here is the inner part of the mouth. Skin it, fleshing it. Now this right here, this is the bottom jaw, right here, right up under you. It's real hard. If you're not careful, you will cut a hole. I promise you. If you do, just sew it up. I got lucky on that one. And then come up on the other side of the face. All right, once it's fleshed, I'm gonna come back. Check over it. I know the pad of the feet, you gotta cut these tendons off. Cut the tendons off over here. Just keep on going down the body, checking to see if there's any meat or whatever, fat. But always on the bottom of the feet, you got to get the tendons. Okay, it's getting fleshed. So now we're gonna sew up the holes. I can't sew up the holes with my gloves on. Right here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start right here in the middle and come up Yep. What I did is I went halfway. The way it split, come up that way. Now I'm gonna come over here and sew up this way and then back down. This is a time-consuming part. It's got to be done. I'm finishing up sewing this last back leg where I had cut it. Now this squirrel here, we'll probably be mounting it running down. I don't think we have a YouTube video of it, of one running down. There's a couple holes right here in the chest area, but with this squirrel running down, there's no need to sew them. These two in the back aren't big enough. If for anything, we might have to put a pin in it, but I don't think there's any trouble with that either. After we skin the squirrel, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna take it, wrap the legs in like this. Nothing fancy. We're gonna wrap it up. And we're gonna put it in the bag. Let's go get a bag. Come on. We're gonna take the squirrel just like this, all bloody and nasty. Put it in here. Wrap it up. And we're gonna set it right here, Jason. So whenever you get ready to mount it. From that point, she'll take it out, she'll go straight to the sink, she'll wash it, then she'll go dry it, and get the mannequin out, and mount it. I hope that helped y'all some with your skinning process.